Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports and Cruisin' 98 present Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now here's Philip Palmertree.
It's Week 10 of Leake Academy football on Friday, October 21st, and it's the final game of the regular season. Last Friday, the Rebels hosted number 2 ranked Heritage Academy at Thagard Field on homecoming night, and the Patriots got the non-district win 35-6. The Rebels fell to 4-5 overall. With the score 14-0 coming out of halftime, Heritage took advantage of a muffed kickoff and then a fumble to cash in a pair of early third-quarter scoring opportunities on the Rebels side of the 50 and take full control of the game. But it's a brand new night, and tonight it's back to District 2 play in the last regular season contest. Leake is 3-1 in district. They're tied for first place with both Simpson, whom the Rebels have beaten, and tonight's opponent, Lamar School. A win tonight would give LA their third straight district title and lock up a first-round bye and a home playoff game because the Rebels would be the district champions. But Lamar, well, they're playing their best game right now, winning 4 out of their last 5 after an 0-5 start. They want a share of the title under new head coach Jacob Land, and the Raiders feature one of the best athletes around in all-purpose offensive threat, Austin Acton. So there's a whole lot in play for these two teams tonight in Madden. There's a district championship on the line for LA. Hi, everyone. I'm Philip Palmertree, and this is the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame. Thanks for listening. Billy Steen is tonight's studio producer, and we will bring in Jonathan Fitzhughes shortly. You can hear Leake Academy football on Cruisin' 98, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and streaming live at Kicks96news.com. Click on the Listen Live tab for Cruisin' 98. Tonight's game is also available on video, streaming courtesy of the Smith & Smith Attorneys video stream. That video link is up and available at Kicks96news.com. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. We have a lot in store for you before kickoff. We'll give you the Junction starting lineups. We'll size up the Raiders. But first, we get to visit with the Rebels head coach, Brian Pickens. All that and more straight ahead as the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Baptist Leake Primary Care Clinic understands that pediatric care is much more than treating a sick child. Anya Jones, certified pediatric nurse practitioner, wants to keep your child healthy and active by offering a complete list of pediatric care to infants, children, and young adults. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Saturday appointments are available. Call 601-267-1470, option 5. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square, because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Tired of being tired of laundry?
Let me tell you about the laundry lifesavers, Gibson Cleaners. Yes, I'm probably talking to you females out there because let's be honest, y'all are the ones getting stuck with the dirty laundry. Should I say it again? Gibson Cleaners, your laundry lifesaver. Just drop it off on your way to work, have a great day, and pick it up on your way home. Now prop up your feet and relax. Thanks to Gibson Cleaners, your official laundry lifesaver for life.
446 Beacon Street in Philadelphia.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue, we were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey. Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit, you bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
Welcome to the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame show. Leake Academy and Lamar will kick off at 7 o'clock. But before kickoff comes, we get to talk with Brian Pickens, the head coach of the Leake Academy Rebels. Coach, thanks for being with us pregame.
Thank you for having me.
Let's take a look back at last Friday, a non-district game. Heritage Academy, the Patriots come into Madden ranked number 2, and they got a convincing 35-6 victory. But that game really was a tale of two halves, I thought, in a lot of ways. 14-0 at the half, but then a couple of early blunders on our part really gave them the momentum, and it got really tough for us to catch up at that point. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah. I thought first half about our defense played really well. You got a really good wide receiver. Quarterback does a great job for them, and, they have some big plays, really two big plays. Got them in the end zone. Actually, one of them was actually kind of a busted play. The last touchdown to make it 14, that was a busted play. Our offense, like I said, we just couldn't get much going, and that was a big part of the Heritage defense. They had a real good, interior. Their up front line did a good job, and they got some two outstanding linebackers sitting in there, and so we kind of struggled and couldn't get much going offensively, and then we went to halftime 14-0 and kind of got in there, looked at what they were doing, tried to do some adjustments. Felt good. Felt like we need to go down, score, make it a one-score game, and then like I said, we had some turnovers, and when you're playing a good football team, you just can't give them the ball on our side of the field. And that's what we did. It was 21-0, and then when you get to that point, now you start trying to force things that sometimes you shouldn't force. You're getting out of your element. That's what I tell our kids. Don't ever. We want to get a team out of their element, but we can't allow ourselves to get out of ours, and that's kind of what happened to us.
I thought in the game, looking at it in real time, and then looking back over stat sheet afterwards, that sort of thing. On the defensive side of the ball, couldn't help but notice a lot of tackles from players like Camden Marble and Bryce Watkins. They really put out a tremendous effort Friday night, I thought.
Oh, yeah. They played good. Like I said, I thought our defense as a whole played really well. Heritage has some weapons, and they make you defend that entire field. But as far as, up front, I thought those guys did a really good job. I thought our D-line did a good job up there.
When we come back from the break, Coach and I are going to talk about the postseason, and a lot of possibilities come into play in MAIS 5A. Coach and I will try to break down the PowerPoint system and talk about the standings a little bit. So stay where you are as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame continues.
Southerner Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Saturday, the fine folks at Southerner Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner Soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, T-shirts, and fanwear to support your favorite team. In Sports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In's possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Sometimes life gets a little rough, and when it does, Performance Therapy is focused on highly individualized care. Owner Dan Young says no two people respond the same way to any form of treatment or intervention. No injury is the same, and no single treatment works across the board. Their therapists help people regain their physical function and mobility. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, stroke, orthopedic surgery, or you're suffering from chronic neck or back pain, they can help. Performance Therapy. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, Pelahatchie, and Wiggins.
Performance Therapy wants to help educate you on specialty therapies that could give you relief in just a few visits. Dry needling is a technique using dry needles without medication. They're inserted through the skin into areas of the muscle. It improves pain control and reduces muscle tension. They also offer aquatic therapy in Carthage. This can increase your flexibility, strength, and stamina while alleviating pain and speeding your recovery time. Performance Therapy. Comprehensive care. Hands-on treatment. Proven results. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, and Pelahatchie.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Welcome back to the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. The Rebels and the Raiders getting ready to kick it off at Thagard Field, and we've got Leake Academy head coach Brian Pickens with us. Coach, we're here at the final game of the regular season, and for those who don't pay attention, don't keep up with the handbook as well as maybe you and I and a few others do, I'll give a quick primer on how it works, and then you can comment about how tonight's game plays into that. In MAIS 5A, you've got 3 districts or 3 divisions. The 3 district winners will get placed in the bracket first, 1, 2, and 3, and then the next best record team will get in that 4th spot. They'll get first round byes, won't play next week. We'll have a home game the following week. All total, the top 12 ranked teams in a weighted PowerPoint system make it into the playoffs. As we sit here pregame, the Rebels are 9th in total points among those 12 teams. But the outcome of tonight's game could vault us up.
You know, the MAIS is kind of a unique system, and you know, I'm one. I happen to like it. Several years ago, you know, we decided that you know, we wanted to reward teams that did play, you know, tougher schedules. And that's how you really came around with the PowerPoint ranking. So, you know, if you play a 6A team, and as I said, I can't remember right offhand exactly what that number is, but you get a certain amount of points. You play a 5A team, you get a certain amount of points, a 4A team on down the line. And so what it does, it rewards a 5A school that plays a 6A school. It rewards a 4A school that plays a 5A school right from the start. And then from there, you get if you win, you get a certain amount of points. If you were to lose, then you get points on every win they have. So that's why it's hard, you know, you start getting week 8 and 9, people start trying to figure it out. And it's tough because what happens in, you know, Brookhaven, Mississippi may affect what happens in Starkville, Mississippi. You know, that's just the way it goes, because this team wins, well, then it gives this team a point. It gives that, and it just kind of trickles on. So, and I'm not a great explainer of this system. So, if anybody who knows it will probably critique me on what I just said. But it does have an effect of what goes on. So
yeah, and for example,
it's exciting.
Yeah, and for example, in our case, playing Jackson Academy, a 6A team, in week 2, well, we lose that game, but if you look at the PowerPoint system, we got a lot of points for playing that game.
Exactly.
And then as JA plays well through the season, then that we also get helped, is what you're saying is the example.
Yeah, you know, and when you play a non-district game, after you play them, and, you know, if you beat them, you just get the points. But then if you don't beat them, you probably become their biggest fan, because every win they get, you get points for it. So, like I said, it's a good way of rewarding people for for playing tougher schedules, and you know, we usually have come out on top with that system, and so, like I said, it's a good system. And I think another thing about the system that a lot of people realize, it keeps every game important. You know, I'll give you an example. When we went to a Union, you know, I got asked a question that you never get asked anymore, and that's, if it goes into overtime, do you want to play it off? You know, and both coaches have to agree to play it, or you know, if one coach says, no, I want a tie, then it ends in a tie. That used to be the old system. When you would take just a certain team from your district, if you played non-district game, that would be the question. Do you want to play off a tie? Well, with the PowerPoint system, you have to play off a tie. You can't have a tie. So in essence, every game counts for a playoff. So it keeps all the games really, I think, more exciting. It also, as you come to the end of seasons, everybody's still playing for something. Everybody in the 5A's playing for that, for a playoff spot. Everybody in 4A's playing for a playoff spot. So I think it's, like I said, I really enjoy it. It keeps it exciting, and then, then the brackets are all over the place. You might wind up traveling to Louisiana this week and traveling to the Delta the next week, or you play a team from Louisiana this week and somebody from close to Tennessee the next week. It changes, and like I said, I think it's an exciting system that we have, and like I said, I'm really a fan of it.
Well, one of the things I appreciate about it now, just being in my second year of looking at it, and I had done MHSAA games for 7 years prior, one of the things I really like about this PowerPoint system is anybody and everybody can go on the MAIS website and can click their way into that bracket. It gets updated every week. The math is all very open. There's nothing secret going on. There's an explanation of how your team got that number of points, and you see it ranked with other teams, and everything's kind of out there on the table. If you want to see the math, they'll show you the math. And I think that's good. And for a lot of us kind of nerdy, stat-oriented fans, that's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Now, I know people that can just about calculate it right to a T. Now, I'm not one. I don't get my calculator out. A lot of times I'll just ask somebody what you think where we at now.
Yeah.
They can tell me, because there comes a lot of math, a lot of figuring, a lot of spreadsheets are out there around the MAIS. But like I said, it keeps it exciting, it keeps it fun, and you were kind of talking about, just kind of like with us, your district champions get the top three, and then after that they rank everybody by the PowerPoint, and so this is a huge game for us tonight, because you win your district champions, which is a feat all its own. To win any championship's always important, and that would put us at number 3. Gives us a bye week, for the next week of playoffs, and you'll be host at least one round. To lose, you're on the road. But like I said, it's still a good system, because like I said, it just keeps you going, it keeps it all exciting, and it gives you kids something to play for each and every week.
All right, well, enough calculus. When we come back from the timeout, Coach and I will talk about football again. We'll talk about the matchup tonight the Rebels have against the Lamar Raiders, and we'll also talk a little bit about this senior group that's winding up their final season in red and blue. So all that and more coming up as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame continues.
The poultry people at Ozark Ag and Carthage are your poultry house headquarters when it comes to your building and equipment. Whether you're retrofitting an existing farm or maybe you're building one from scratch, no pun intended, Ozark Ag has the parts and equipment you'll need to rule the roost. Plus, they also carry a large assortment of hardware materials for contractors in the area. So, visit Ozark Ag today. You'll find them located at 610 Highway 16 West, right there where Farmer Joiner's Building Supply used to be. Ozark Ag and Carthage. They're the poultry people here in central Mississippi.
Moore's Pharmacy always looks forward to seeing their customers, and they provide 4 locations for you: Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. They also provide services to make your life easier, such as the flavored medicine machine for your children, Pack My Meds, hormone replacement therapy, and compounding. They also take most insurances. Moore's Pharmacy, Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. Always the shortest wait time, fastest service, and lowest prices, because they will price match for you. Follow them on Facebook. Moore's Pharmacy, your family hometown pharmacy.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line, from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
What's stopping you from shopping local?
It's hard to tell what's actually local and what's just called local. At Piggly Wiggly in Carthage, local means right here in Carthage.
Here at Piggly Wiggly, local and freshness are two very important words. Freshness means a lot in your kitchen, and local means a lot to our community.
Supporting local because we are local. Piggly Wiggly, with a convenient location just off Highway 16 in the heart of Carthage.
Shop local from your friends at Piggly Wiggly in Carthage.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
We're back for the final segment of tonight's T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. I'm Philip Palmertree, and I have head coach Brian Pickens with me as we get you set for Lamar and Leake kicking off from Thagard Field at 7 o'clock. So, Coach, while we've got you, one more segment here, and time is short. Talk about tonight's opponent. We established earlier this game is a very big game. If we win this game, we win the district. We've got the tiebreaker over Simpson from that September win against the Cougars. But we've got a Lamar team that's looks like they're peaking at the right time. What do you see when you look at this Lamar squad?
You know, they're a team right now that's playing with a lot of energy and a lot of confidence. They've got, I'll say they've got a great young coaching staff. Coach Land, took them over, and he's done a good job. We've played some people that have played them, so we've seen them kind of throughout the year, one time or another on film, and they do a good job. The kids are very fundamentally sound. And that's both on offense and defense. And right now the kids are playing extremely hard. Really, their big strength is going to be up front. Their offensive defensive line. There's some very talented defensive linemen. We kind of talked on the coaches show about them starting off and kind of getting some momentum. RSC, they had a real tough schedule, and you new coaches, but they've done a good job keeping the kids going. And then, like I said, they've been competitive in all their games. Now they've kind of got a head of steam going, and they're going to come in here very confident, very energetic, ready to go, and getting themselves, as we talk about the Cowboys, getting themselves where they want to be for the playoffs. But as I talked about, they're very common from last year. It's very similar as far as their confidence. Last year they kind of started off, and then at the end of the year they had confidence. And, the big thing about it is that defensive line. That's what I'm kind of trying to get to, and I'm rambling. But anyway, their defensive line did a great job against us last year, and kind of shut down our run game last year, and we were able to beat them a lot of times with some play action passes, things like that. But their defensive line, they brought all those guys back, so it's going to be a challenge for our offensive line up front, and this is a game on who's going to own the trenches up there, and both run and and pass protection. Defensively, they run a multiple scheme, and they really do a good job. They do a lot of different coverages, and are very sound in those coverages. So that's a challenge for you on its own when you got a good front line that you got different coverage looking at. Offensively, similar to us, they give you a lot of formations. They'll kind of move guys around and try to get the advantage of lining you up that makes them more successable. And they are you kind of got what I call teams that they get in a flow, and they run a lot of zone and passes off the bat. So like I said, they do a very good job with their guys, and their kids are playing really well right now. So we've got a huge challenge tonight, but as we commented, it's a district championship for us. So our kids, I expect our kids to come out and meet that emotion, meet that energy level.
And we know they'll be ready because they're playing for that same possibility. I think if I'm looking at the standings right, for Lamar to claim outright district title, Simpson would have to lose as well, but they would have to beat us and have Simpson lose. So certainly they've got, as you said, a lot to play for. But what I want to close out with here, Coach, is to get a few thoughts from you about this senior class. This is the final regular season home game. As we said earlier, we hope not the last home game. We win tonight, we'll get a home game 2 weeks from tonight. But talk about this senior group and the contribution that they've made to Leake Academy football, some of the things that they can look back some years from now and be proud of.
Oh, they have a lot to be proud of. I enjoyed watching them when they were in junior high. I go to every junior high game we've got, and I always enjoy them watching our young kids come up. And I remember watching them in junior high. They were probably one of the most fun teams to watch in junior high. They were explosive on offense and just played extremely hard. And I know they won all their district games because they won the district championship that year. And then I remember when this group came up as 10th graders, and so many of them contributed. I mean, they came off the junior high field and started contributing to us. Started. I'm always scared to start mentioning names because as you get older, you start, things can get a little fuzzy on you. But I want to say we had 5 or 6 of those guys starting for us, as sophomores, and so they've got a lot of playing time, and that's probably more than that. I started trying to do it in my head who played where, but anyway, so the 2020 year, all these guys contributed. And I always say that they all contributed because they were practicing. If they weren't starting on special teams, they were contributing and big contributors to our success that year. And so they played on a junior high district championship. They came to high school as sophomores and won a state championship. And then as juniors, they went on to the semifinals. And this year, they've got themselves poised for a district title. So, they've got a chance to win 4 straight district championships, and that's an accomplishment right there. So, really proud of this group, and more than just their football play, they, as a coach, you talk about kids that are enjoyable to coach, and these guys have always been enjoyable to coach. They've always, given great effort, relentless in a football game. Even some of the games we've lost this year, you look back, they gave a lot of effort. And it played really well. So they're one of the groups that they've got a lot to be proud of, and I think this group as we turn the corner and we play this district championship tonight, no matter what we start, the next week's a whole new season. And I told you first of the year that I was when we had the injuries and things, I said I'm still excited about watching this group finish. And I'm still that way. I'm still excited to watch this group finish, and just see what we can do, because I think I think this group's got a lot more football ahead of.
Thanks for being with us on the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame, Coach. And clock ticks on us all. Good luck to you and the Rebels tonight. Lead them out in the field, and let's get another district title under our belts.
All right, well, thank you.
Coach Brian Pickens with us on the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. When we come back, we'll have the Junction starting lineups, and Jonathan Fitzhugh will join me, and we'll do everything we can to get you ready for kickoff between Leake and Lamar. So stay with us as Leake Academy football continues.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
At Wendy's, we make breakfast better, like with our Breakfast Baconator. Better from top to bottom bun. Savory sausage patty, better. Crispy oven-baked bacon, better. Fresh cracked egg, better. The Breakfast Baconator might just be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time. So you can keep settling for not better, or you can get a better breakfast from Wendy's. Tough choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's better breakfast.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue? We were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey? Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit? You bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
If you are looking for a career and want to make great money, Winston Plywood and Veneer is looking for amazing and highly motivated team players. Wages starting at $15.25 to $25 an hour. Production trainee, material handler, heavy machine operator, and millwright. Winston Plywood and Veneer offer healthcare, dental and vision insurance, personal time off, 401k, attendance and referral bonus program. Apply at your local Win Job Center or Indeed.com. Winston Plywood and Veneer is an equal opportunity employer.
Boswell Media. It's the Moore's Pharmacy Countdown to Kickoff getting underway at Thagard Field in Madden. I'm Philip Palmertree. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. We've got a link up at kicks96news.com so you can watch on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel, and that video stream presented by Smith & Smith Attorneys. Leake Academy and Lamar are about to meet. The Raiders are 4-6 overall, 3-1 though in District 2 play. Last week, Lamar shut out St. Joseph 28-0 over in Meridian, and that win moved them into a three-way tie for first place in District 2 with the Rebels and Simpson. Let's jump into right away the Junction starting lineups presented by your friends at Prince Oil in the 7 locations of the Junction all over Mississippi. On the offensive side, we'll start at center. Grant Barnes, senior, 5'10", 250 pounds. Left guard is Carter Walsworth, 6'2", 300-pound junior. Jared Sims at right guard, senior, 5'11", 220 pounds. The tackles, big Colton Burns, 6'6", 290 on the left side, and Hayden Jenkins, a sophomore on the right side at 6'1", 235. Ben Jackson, junior at tight end, 6'3", 190, and he can split out at receiver as well, as can Aiden Watkins, the 6'2", 200-pound senior, who will be at tight end and receiver. Wide receivers, Charlie Brantley, junior, 6'1", 150. And also in the backfield, we'll see some of Jake Brown running the ball, 6 tall, 155. And, of course, the Diesel, Whit Welch, 5'11", 195. The senior, he may get some snaps at QB tonight as well. And the senior, Rhett Atkinson, calling signal, 6'1", 160. The senior, that's the offensive unit. We'll also see a little bit of probably some Matthew Nowell on the outside, as well as Mathen Weaver at wide receiver. They're both sophomores. On the defensive line, and nose guard, Hagan Bobo in the middle, sophomore, 6'1", 235. Jared Sims at defensive tackle. He may play some at end and some at linebacker as well. He's been moved around to the defensive side, 5'11", 220, the senior. And Lucas Thomas, junior, 6'2", 190 at defensive end. Jake Adams also at defensive line, 6'2", 190, a junior. The linebackers, Camden Marble, 5'10", 150, junior. And then Dylan Jones on the outside. On the other side, 5'7", 150. Bryce Watkins leading the team in tackles, 6 tall, 160, a senior. In the defensive backfield, Bishop Harden, cornerback, and he's moved some to safety as well, 5'7", 155. We may see Rhett Atkinson playing some at cornerback. He's been there the last couple of ball games. And then, let's see, who am I forgetting? Moving down there, Jake Brown at safety. We mentioned him earlier, senior. And then Seth Martin holding, Ben Jackson snapping on place kicks, and Matthew Nowell kicking, sophomore, 5'10", 135. And then Reese Atkinson coming in off the junior high team to punt for the second straight week. And that's the starting lineups presented by the Junction. So fill up your gas tank, fill up that empty stomach at one of the 7 locations of the Junction across East Central Mississippi. Let's bring in Jonathan Fitzhugh, our friend and color analyst. Jonathan, final ball game of the year and a whole lot riding on it, but a lot of things to fix from last week.
Yes, a whole bunch of things to fix from last week. We couldn't get nothing going on last week on offense or defense. We got a little field condition tonight. Hard ground on the field right now because it's been up and down weather. But tonight, if we make some good plays on defense and offense and just make some explosive plays, we're going to be all right tonight. I see us getting the W tonight, I hope, and I hope I didn't jinx us. But hey, we got to get the W tonight.
It's the time of the year where you got to be unashamed of saying, "Hey, we got to make the plays to win tonight." The district title is on the line in tonight's game. You heard Coach Pickens and we're talking about it in the interview segment. If the Rebels win, no matter what else happens, they're the district champions. They've got the tiebreaker over Simpson. And, of course, Lamar, who's tied in first place, they would drop down a game behind the Rebels. Simpson's playing East Rankin. You would expect they would win that ball game. But so if it comes down to a tie, Simpson and Leake, well, Leake's got the tiebreaker. So that would mean a third-place seeding in the 12-team 5A playoff system based on the PowerPoint formula and all that. And that would mean a bye week. You don't have to play in the first round. You get to wait a week and play somebody who had to play a tough playoff game the week before. The Rebels would be in the 3 spot if they win. Lose this ball game, you're still in good shape to be in the playoffs, but you're pretty much guaranteed to be looking at a road game in the first round next week. And definitely be playing next week and most likely on the road. So there's a lot riding on this game. Yep,
and really and truly, like you said, let's get this win. Go ahead and prepare for the week off next week and get to host the second week. So just gotta get it going tonight.
And Lamar comes in at 4-6, but 3-1 in district, and they have, without a doubt, played their best ball of the last 3 or 4 weeks. Started out 0-5, but have won 4 of their last 5. They had a brutal schedule, played some of the best 6A teams, and it's strange. Back on the 23rd, the night that the Rebels did not have to play because of the Park Place forfeit, it was that night where it rained and rained through this part of the state. Lamar hosted Jackson Prep, 6A team, one of the best 6A teams. And I watched that from safely indoors. I was not out in the rain, but I watched a good bit of that game. And I want to tell you something, Jonathan. They stood toe-to-toe with Jackson Prep for a good 2.5 quarters. Prep's talent and depth took over, but that was a real turnaround point for them. Since then, they've only lost 1 ball game. So it has paid off for them to play tough opposition. And now you're getting at the end of the season where the games count the most, getting the playoffs. You better watch out for this Lamar team. They've got a new quarterback coming in this year, and his name's Wyatt Bond. And Bond has been very efficient at quarterback. They've got an all-purpose running back and receiver in Austin Acton. We'll call his name a lot tonight. And Jamichael Jackson, living life off the wall at senior at running back and wide receiver. And they've got one of the best lineman prospects in the state of Mississippi and a young man named Tad Ranzier who play at defensive end and on the offensive line with a lot of college offers. So there's a whole bunch riding tonight. The captains are the LA seniors. We've had senior night recognition. The cheerleaders and senior football players recognized pregame. And the 3 heading out to do the coin toss, Jared Sims, Aiden Watkins, and Whit Welch meeting the Lamar captains. Jonathan's going to watch the results of the coin toss while I tell you about some of the other games we're following. We mentioned Simpson hosting East Rankin. Some other MAIS games in 5A. Heritage at Pillow, Copiah at Silliman, and Magnolia Heights at Bio. Those games will have PowerPoint standing implications as they play out tonight. And then up in 6A, interesting ball game in Flowood. Jackson Prep and Hartfield playing at Hartfield. In MHSAA action, a lot of Area 4A teams meeting up tonight. Louisville at Leake Central, Kosciuszko at Northeast Lauderdale, Choctaw Central at West Lauderdale. Neshoba Central taking a long hike over to Vicksburg to play in 5A. Sebastopol in 1A going to Leake County. Scott Central at Puckett. Union playing at Clarkdale. And then it's the night of the Little Egg Bowl. It's Starkville at Oxford. as I think Oxford won that game last year, if memory serves me correctly. Starkville fan may say, no, you got that wrong. The years kind of run together. But the Chargers and the Yellow Jackets getting together in Oxford tonight. That's a look at some of the games we'll try to track for you as the evening unfolds here in Madden as Leake meets Lamar. Final regular season game of the season. We'll give you tonight's Winston Plywood and Veneer weather report in just a minute, but first we're going to get coin toss results from Jonathan.
All right, we got the coin toss here. The Leake Academy Rebels win the coin toss, and they defer to the second half, so we're going to be kicking off to Lamar.
Okay, Lamar's going to be moving right to left, south to north at Thagard Field. Lamar in navy helmets with Lamar in red cursive on the sides. White jerseys with navy numerals and white pants with a red and blue stripe. Nice clean look, both these teams with navy, blue, and cardinal red. The Leake Academy Rebels in the navy helmets with the LA logo on the side, red jerseys, white numerals, and the gray pants with the cardinal and navy stripes. Spirit lines formed over in the south end zone, and soon we're going to have football for you. All right, we've got the Winston, Plywood, and Veneer weather and field conditions. Jonathan's already mentioned the field conditions. Of course, the cold weather's taking the nice green off a lot of this grass, exposed some of the weeds, and it's going to make things a little harder, a faster track.
Yep, indeed. And starting off, it's going to be about 67 degrees, a lot different from what it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Nice cool breeze, good football weather under the lights this Friday evening. So good weather. It ain't too chilly.
The Rebels have come onto the near sideline. The Raiders coming out of the north end zone, heading to the far side. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association and the video and audio stream presented by Smith & Smith Attorneys. We've got the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll step aside when we come back. It's going to be time to kick it off, so stay with us. Leake and Lamar coming up here on Boswell Media Sports.
Total Pain Care is pleased to announce the addition of a full-time pain management clinic in Philadelphia. This location allows Dr. Pearson and Dr. Martin, along with Sam Kratzer, nurse practitioner, to better serve Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Our mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and promote independence for our patients. For more information, visit our website at totalpaincare.org and call us today. We are located in the Medical Arts Clinic in front of Neshoba General Hospital. Total Pain Care, better quality of life, closer to home.
Southerner Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Sunday, the fine folks at Southerner Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner Soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
Smith & Smith is the longest-standing law firm in Leake County. They're proud to support Leake Academy and all area football teams this year. Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. Smith & Smith Law Firm has worked hard for years, and it's paid off. So will your work, young men. Smith & Smith is here to help you survive criminal and family law. Smith & Smith, 207 Water Street, Carthage, or at jesmith.law, jesmith.law, or call 601-267-5611.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for Kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Philip Palmertree and Jonathan Fitzhugh. That was the voice of senior Maggie Stevens you were hearing. And Maggie Stevens was awesome on that national anthem. You got to hear the tail end of it. And we're set for kickoff. Lamar and Leake. We're going to decide tonight who the district champion is. For Lamar to win the district championship, they would have to win this game, and they need East Rankin's help to beat Simpson. So that's a lot to ask for, especially on the Simpson side with East Rankin. But all you can do is play the next play, and that's what these two ball clubs are going to do. And everything is in Leake's control. They can, as they like to say in the professional ranks of announcing, they control their own destiny.
Yep.
That's what the Rebels do. Win, and you're the district champions, and you're the 3 seed. So that's simple. Lose, and you play next week in the first round and don't get the bye. So Matthew Nowell has the ball teed up right in the middle of the playing field along the 40-yard line. And here we go. It's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Nowell swings the right leg, puts an end-over-end kick. It hits along the 15, picked up by Jamichael Jackson. He's going to come along the numbers far side and get met by about 3 Rebels at the 20.